What's going on, everyone? It's Ron Abiera with Abiera Team Real Estate, and this is your weekly video for me. In this week's video, I'll be talking about the real estate market update for August. And yes, it's already August. Can you guys believe it? So in case you didn't know, the real estate market has already shifted. I know a lot of my clients may not be paying attention, and that's okay. It is August, so a lot of folks are getting in their last little vacation trips before school starts. So this month, a lot of the schools will be starting. Some have already started. So you might not be paying attention to the market. So I'm gonna give you a quick update on the real estate market, and we'll be looking back at what happened in July. So as always, I'm gonna start with the new inventory. We gotta pay attention to what's coming onto the market. And as of today, we have over 4,000 homes that are on the market here in Orange County, and that is an increase of almost 60% from last year. So within the email, you'll see all these graphs. You can take a look and see how things are shifting. It's going the opposite direction of what's happened in the past 3 years. Inventory has been coming down, and this year it's going the opposite direction, and inventory is definitely increasing. And then I got to look at the pending sales. So these are all the homes that go under contract within a 30-day period, and that number is down 40% from last year. So we've got inventory increasing, demand decreasing. So that means prices are definitely going to be softening as we finish out the year. One thing that I don't have concrete numbers on is going to be the supply. So just looking back at last month, the supply was at 1.8. There were just under 2 months of inventory in the county. So without knowing the exact numbers, and I'll verify the numbers in a future video this month, but I'm gonna venture to say that we're probably cresting around at least 3 months worth of inventory. So that's going to be the tail end of a seller's market. So we're definitely going to be seeing that shift continue till the end of the year. So I'll keep track of that. And one of the big indicators that I know that our inventory and supply is increasing is the market time. So as of today, we're at 72 days is the average time for a home to go under contract in the county. So that is a 3x from last year. We were in the weeks, maybe 2 or 3 weeks to sell a home last year. Now we're 72 days. So things are definitely slowing down, and we see that in the marketplace. So that's it. Quick update on the numbers. What I really wanted to do is just kind of share my advice on 2 different scenarios if you happen to be active in the real estate market now till the end of the year. One is, let me address what's happening with sellers. So if you have any thoughts about putting your home on the market, I've got some advice for you. The first thing is to really pay attention to pricing. So in the past, sellers would come onto the market based on what recently closed, and they would just increase their sales price 5, sometimes 10%. And because of the speed of the market, until the beginning of this year, people would still get multiple offers and they would go over what people are asking. Well, that has all changed. So now, if you're coming on the market, you've got to pay attention to a number of things. One, yes, you do have to pay attention to what's recently closed, but you're probably not going to pay too much attention to that because it's already shifted. So you do have to pay attention to the pending sales. So these are the homes that were listed that are now under contract. These are the ones that are going to be closing. So you want to see what direction that's headed. You also want to pay attention to what's available on the market, i.e. your competition. You want to see what they're listed for and how long they've been on the market, because that's also another indicator of where pricing's going. And back to the basics, you do have to pay attention to all of the other things about your property that make it unique. So you have to compare things like location, condition, upgrades, that type of thing. You have to put into your analysis of where you should be pricing your home. So let me just give you guys a quick example. So I'll use my own neighborhood, and within our neighborhood, the most recent sale closed at 1.7 million. So in my little neighborhood, there's really only 4 different floor plans. They're all kind of similar, but the most recent one that closed was in May, and that was the highest priced of all the floor plans within my community. So if it closed in May, it was probably in escrow, I'm gonna say like April, probably in April, which is still the appreciation frenzy. Anyway, it closed at 1.7. Since then, a total of 3 homes came on the market. And again, they're all relatively the same size, and they're all still on the market. They all came in somewhere around 1.6. Between 1.6 to 1.7 was their asking price, and they're all still on the market. And I believe 2 of them have actually lowered their price. Not much, but they lowered their price within a couple of weeks. So if you're gonna lower your price within a couple of weeks, you're already telling the market that you misjudged how to price the home. And so those homes are on the market. My gut feeling is that they're not gonna close at 1.6. They may be closing at maybe 1.5. So it's a little bit of a tough pill to swallow if you came on the market right now, because if you're gonna look at what's recently closed only, you're not gonna be prepared for how the market has shifted. So my advice for any potential sellers out there is definitely be patient and take a look at everything that's happening in the community. So that's my advice for the sellers. For the buyers, if you're a buyer in this market, it's actually a good thing. Now you've got a lot of opportunity, but I also want you guys to understand that although the market is slower, it's still not quite a buyer's market. So what I would say is you still have to pay attention to how long the property's been on the market, and that'll kind of dictate on what's going to be happening with the seller and their approach to pricing. So if you're a buyer in this market right now, you're probably have been looking at values and understand how things have shifted, and that way you can plan accordingly. However, a lot of sellers may not have. So even though a seller can come onto the market and you and I will probably know that it may be priced on the high side, even though it's new on the market, the likelihood of that seller reducing their price or accepting a lower price than what they're asking for is probably going to be unlikely, just because they're new on the market and that seller needs to feel a little bit of pain before they understand that, hey, no one's coming to my open houses. I'm not getting these multiple offers that I was hearing about in the first couple days. So it's going to take them a little bit of time to get humbled, and hopefully they'll adjust their price accordingly. So pay attention to that. Although things are slowing, we're still not in a market where most sellers are going to be accepting low offers. So be realistic with that, but definitely the market has shifted. And I want to tell a quick story about that. So I'm helping a wonderful family that's relocating to Irvine, and we're looking for properties. And we went out on a particular Saturday, and I had one scheduled private showing, and the rest were all open houses that we're going to go look, because as you guys probably noticed, there's a bunch of open houses happening on the weekends. So we go to take a look at these open houses, and how the market has shifted is on a lot of these, and these are brand new open houses, we're the only ones there. So it is a kind of a shocking thing, because prior to that, there were always a lot of people at an open house, and it was kind of hard to show these open houses. My clients were from out of the area, and I would bring my cell phone and try to do a recording of the property, and there's always people in the video, and it's kind of annoying. So that's the videos that I would show them of open houses, and now we go to open houses and there's nobody there. And so one of my clients said, after we got done showing for the day, he said, "Hey, Ron, I wanted to thank you for setting up all those private showings, because it was really easy to see these homes." So it totally felt like a private showing, because we were the only ones in the house. So clear indication things are slowing down. Lots of opportunity for buyers. You'll have to be patient as well. Sometimes sellers are gonna take some time to, if they're overpriced, to get humbled with where the values are now. And same thing for sellers. If you're gonna come onto the market, just be smart about your pricing. Anyway, there you have it. That's what's going on in the real estate market now as of August. If any updates come up about the months of supply, I'll definitely keep you guys posted on that. And I hope you guys enjoy your weekend. I'm actually going to be heading out to the Sacramento area this weekend. My daughter will be filming, or actually directing her film for her school over at USC, and it's going to be up north. I think the city's called Lodi. Sorry if I got that incorrect, Maddie, but we're looking forward to spending time with her and doing a little bit of a road trip, our last road trip before kids get started with school. So there you have it. If you guys have any questions, always reach out to me, call, text, email. My info is right here on the screen. And till then, I'll see you guys next week. Take care.